The next speaker is the Honourable Swart.
Thank you, House Chair. House Chair, this bill proposes the allocation of additional funding, mainly the 18 billion rand to SASRIA. Now, we all know the July 2021 events, the disorder, riots and unrests led to extensive damage and accounted for 70% and 30% of the losses KZN and Gauteng for SASRIA. And the ACDP agrees that the support provided to SASRIA as the payment of claims is important to support the recovery of businesses, especially small, medium-sized businesses who have been hard hit by the unrest. But what we are concerned about is that to date, very few people have been held responsible for this widespread wanton destruction and tragic loss of lives. And taxpayers are yet again having to foot the bill for this orchestrated insurrection. Now, the expert panel report is incisive, and it found that whilst the looting, destruction, and violence have come and gone, what they found is that little has changed in the conditions that caused the unrest, leaving the public worried that there might be similar eruptions of large-scale unrest in future. The question, many argue, as the panel found, is not if and whether more unrest and violence will occur, but when. And there's also worry that the violence has left behind a sense of uncertainty and vulnerability because of the ineffective response of the security services. That is the panel's finding. And an appetite for lawlessness by those who might feel emboldened by the apparent lack of state capacity. Perhaps the most significant input made, which the panel heard, the panel says we heard this several times, that what appears to be factional battles in the ANC have become a serious source of instability in the country. Now, that is a panel that was requested by the president to investigate the unrest, and this is a severe indictment on the majority party. And again, the question arises, why should taxpayers then foot the billions of rands needed to recapitalize SASRIA when the majority party itself, as found by the expert panel, has become a serious source of instability? It is obviously crucial that the findings of the expert panel are implemented to avoid a repeat. Lastly, the ACDP takes note of the 500 million rand allocation to the Department of Health for COVID-19 vaccines, and we wish to emphasize that we are opposed to mandatory COVID-19 vaccines and oppose any attempt through the recently published health regulations to introduce a vaccine mandate through the back door and to discriminate between those who have been vaccinated and those who haven't. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member.